up, people? Yo, we got that goal. We still got that goal. We're still celebrating goal for Puerto Rico. Thank you to Jasmine Camacho Queen for bringing that goal to the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Yo, welcome. Season 2 to the Young Entrepreneur Mindset Podcast. Listen, man, I don't know if there's anyone more excited right now than me and this entire world. Not even Jeff Bezos, who has all the money in the world, is more excited than I am right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me with this podcast. Listen, man, I have been, as you guys already know, man, I don't get tired of saying it. I'm so blessed. I'm so honored. I have good health. I have my life. My family, we're here. We're strong. We're taking it one day at a time. It's August, man. Listen, I hope you guys enjoyed your summer. I know I did. I had a great summer with my daughter going out to this water park, this Aquatica here in Orlando, and my birthday and anniversary, a bunch of things going on over the month of June and July since the last time I had my podcast. So guys, I hope you guys had a wonderful summer. I hope you guys are doing well, staying, with all this craziness going on. Please be safe out there. So guys, thank you for joining this podcast. Once again, I don't know what's gonna happen from here on. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, it's just a blessing to take one episode at a time. I'm not looking to do this for money or for fame or anything like that. I just want to bring some great people, connect with them. If you have a brand, right, or if you have a business that you're trying to start up, or you already have it, but you're a small business within your community and you're trying to get known out there, social media platforms and whatnot. Listen, this podcast, I made it for you. I made it for you to have access to these platforms: Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, audio downloads. I have everything. So thank God I do, because thank God it's free, and I take advantage of it. I take it whatever I can do to get you out there, to get you exposed, to get you seen, to get you more followers, whatever it is, man. Please look me up, Angel, on the Instagram, Twitter, whatnot. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my information real quick. You can follow me on Twitter. There's my name right there, and Instagram. Okay, so man, listen, I'm excited. I got my energy. All right, I got my energy Go Sticks right here. I got my energy. I got my water. I got my protein bar. Listen, protein bar. If you want more information about these products that have natural products, protein bar, one of the best in the market, if not the best in the market. Trust me. 'Cause of course, when you have a product, right, there's no one better than you. You have number one. That's a sales strategy. You have to have the number one product. Rio Vida. Look it up. Rio Vida antioxidant drink. I mean, come on. Here's a new product. This product just launched recently. It's a protein bar. Okay. Look up the ingredients, because the ingredients are fabulous. With the like soy milk. It's not none of that junk that you find in the supermarkets. No. I'm talking about the real stuff. Also, I want to send a shout out to the National Podcast Association. Please excuse me for all these, but look, I've been out of the air for a while, so I got so much going on. I just got this in today. All right, I got my certificate for my membership certificate for a Young Entrepreneur Mindset Podcast. Thanks to Allison Phillips from the National Podcast Association. I got to give them a shout out, because listen, they've been giving me some exposure on the platforms and whatnot, and it's been great. Okay, so listen, on a serious note, please, guys, real quick. As you know, I'm the mailbox guy here in Orlando, and if you need a mailbox, please listen to me closely. This is a small business here in Orlando, Florida. Okay, on a serious note, please, if you know anyone, any mailbox within the Orlando area, within a 50-mile radius, a 100-mile radius, I don't care, Tampa, Melbourne, Miami, Jacksonville, all the state of Florida, I could cover that person. I could help them out. Okay, I could get you a mailbox. All right, with the post, I'll go install it for free. You just pay for the box and for the wood post. That's about it. But listen, look up drymailbox.com. Right there's the link right there. Please support a small business, man. I think that's very important, that we all support one another. There's a lot of friends of mine that are doing podcasts. I'm supporting your podcast. Please, in return, just support the podcast, support the businesses, support the product, support whatever you can. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for your donations. I'm not asking for a dollar. I'm not putting my Cash App here or my Zelle and telling you, oh, please donate it. No, no, I don't want your money. Trust me. There's other ways I could find to make money. I don't need your money. What I do need is your contacts. I need your people that follow you. I need those people that are contacting you and say, hey, listen, you need to talk to Angel. He has a great podcast. He has a great service. He has a product. He has some natural products, etc., etc. So, with that being said, I think I have everything right. I don't know. Anyways, let's get this show started, man. I have a special guest. I'm so sorry it took so much time from the beginning, but this is what happens when you accumulate so much time off and then you come on the air and you have so much things to say and so much things to do. I'm the producer, I'm the director, I'm the recruiter, I'm the lights guy. Hold on, guys. I got the lights guy here. I got the microphone. Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. All right, we ready. So listen, guys. I have met a wonderful person. Out of all the other ones that I met, trust me, it's first of all, shout out to season one, all 18 episodes from everyone. You know who you are. Please share this, subscribe to my channel, follow me on all the social media platforms. Thank you to all of you who joined season one and made this possible, man. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Blessings to you, man, for joining the people that when I invited, they say yes. Just like this person today, when I invited her and when she wrote the email, she's like what caught her vision about this podcast was that it's bilingual, right? It's Spanish, from a Boricua, she's Dominican, but the thing that she that grabbed her attention was that it's a bilingual. You had English and Spanish, and she's like, what? Yes, I would be honored to have you. So Aura Martinez is a self-discovery and empowerment coach, okay, helping women gain total clarity on their purpose so they can wake up with daily fulfillment and certainty. So women who are tuning in right now, just don't go anywhere. Don't scroll on the Facebook and keep scrolling. No, no, stop right there and listen to this. You need to listen to this, okay? Listen, she's also the founder of Live to the Max, Viva al Máximo, author of the book Creating a Lifetime of Wellness. Listen, I'm not going to say anymore, man, because time is running and I want to respect her time. So let's please welcome Aura E. Martinez. Hello, Aura. How are you?
Oh, I am good. How are you?
Man, I feel like I just release everything, man. It's like, oh my God, been holding this for like what, a week since we're trying to program this whole podcast. It's like boom. It's I let it go. I let it go. So thank you so much, Aura.
I want to thank you because your energy, because that too also caught my attention. Your fabulousness. I was like, yes, yes, and yes. So thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
man. Thank you. No, it's an honor. It's truly an honor. Like I said, I was throwing her off before we started that I feel like we just known each other for so long. It's like it's crazy. I've only known her for now. This is the first time we actually been in person talking and whatnot, other than messaging. But I feel like I've just known her for so long, and that's great chemistry. I think us Latinos as
Yeah.
a community, we need to come together more often like this and just help one another. That's why I'm all about supporting. I'm all about supporting people and whatnot. So, Aura, thank you so much for being here, for taking from your time. I know you have a very busy schedule. So, listen, man, how are you doing before we start anything? How are you? How's the family? How's everything?
I am good. I am good. Thank God. Like you have said before, and it's such a beautiful reminder that we remind ourselves of what is still good in our life. We have health, we have our family, right?
Yes.
So, that aspect, I am doing well. I'm doing very good. Thank
Good,
you.
good, good. Shout out to Valentine Torres. She writes here. I love what she stands for. Valentine Torres. I don't know if you saw the photo that I shared. She has this mother thing with this whole thing in Indiana. She is a also a life coach. She helps young women as well, through school, through college, and etc. She was actually my first podcast with this same shirt with the same hat because I was doing it's coincidence. I don't know why I had my first episodes already with this Puerto Rico thing, but Puerto Rico won the gold. Valentine Torres, shout out to her. She's my cousin. She was the first one that also when I told her about this podcast, she was thrilled, excited. So listen, Aura, let's get the show rolling. Let's tell everyone because like myself, I'm gonna get to know you as well here. So guys, you could follow her on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. I'm gonna be sharing here real quick her link. So Aura, go ahead, talk to me. What is this? First of all, who is Aura E Martinez? By the way, what does the E stand for?
For Elena, which by the way, now that I just saw this in Instagram, is Aura Elena Martinez, just so you can find me. Yes,
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
I just noticed that now.
Good. That's fine. See, that was our bad because we didn't look that up
That's
earlier.
okay. That's
Wait,
okay.
wait. What was the Instagram? Aura
Elena
Elena. Okay, hold on, hold on.
Martinez. So that's what the E stands for,
Elena
everyone.
Martinez. No, no, we got the time, man. I'm telling you, like I said, we're not Telemundo Univision. We have all the time in the world, so we're gonna take our sweet time. There it
Yes,
is.
yes.
Right? Okay. So, guys, there's her Instagram. So, who is Aura Elena Martinez from Santo Domingo?
Well, I am from the Bronx, New York. And you know what? Curious enough, you're the third person that asks me that. And what comes up for me when people ask me, who is Aura Elena Martinez? And probably the viewers watching will relate.
Okay.
I consider myself multifaceted. So,
Mm,
besides me being a self discovery and empowerment coach, besides any title, I am so many things, right?
right.
Just like all of
Multifaceted.
you are. Yes, I'm a
Hmm.
lover of creativity. I am a lover of writing and traveling and giving, right? Giving what I feel people need to hear, giving what it is that I feel that people need to be receiving. So,
Right.
the best thing I can come up with, I'm multifaceted, multi-passionate.
Yeah.
If people are wanting to know a little bit more about my background, I'm a self-discovery and empowerment coach, as you were stating earlier, helping women gain total clarity as to their purpose so that they can wake up every day feeling fulfilled and with certainty. And I also work with men as well, but mainly with women. And I actually started out, believe it or not, as a wellness and life coach, helping people get out of the sugar roller coaster and lose weight.
Okay. 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 More the diet. Okay. Health and fitness.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. And what made me transition to being a self discovery and empowerment coach is that I was noticing that some of the people that were coming to me, as well as my own journey, they didn't need to be told exactly what to eat. I think that we all know how to eat healthy, right? Or at
Yeah.
least most of us. And there's a tons of books out there that can tell us how to eat. The problem was not that. The problem was that there was something that was preventing them of having a healthy relationship, not just with their body, but also with food.
Okay.
And it was that made me realize that if only we were to really get to the core of who we really are, the the very core, right?
Right.
We can literally transform different areas of our life simultaneously, believe it or not. Because
Okay.
how we do one thing is how we do everything. And
Right.
because every part of us is connected. So that's me in a nutshell. Because I could just go on.
I know. I know. I know. No, that's also what got you into this wellness, like this. You know, when you talk about the coaching and what got you into that, like.
Yes. Well, when I turned 30, I was hit with this burst of frustration, believe it or not. And I had no idea where it was coming from. I mean, I was just so frustrated. And mind you, here I am having a good job traveling the world because I'm also a flight attendant, apart from being a self discovery empowerment coach, making good money. You know, who can complain, right?
Right.
Well, so I felt like something was missing. So it wasn't until I decided to just sit with it to understand where the frustration was coming from. I don't know why I didn't realize then that it was self-discovery coaching, what I was meant to be doing. It's interesting how everything all comes back to what really needs to happen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Wasn't until I sat with that I was able to pick up the message from my inner being that there's more for me. Now, I didn't know what that more was. So, what I decided to do instead was to lean into my curiosities, lean into, and everyone pay attention because that's so important what I just said, right? There are times that we get so frustrated with
Mm.
where we are in our life and we misinterpret the frustrations for something that isn't. And then when we know that we're meant for more, we get even more frustrated because what is that more, right? And so I decided to just lean back and just go with whatever I felt curious to do. And one good day, my calling came to me, and it was to be at the time a wellness and life coach.
Okay.
But that transitioned little by little into what it is that I'm doing currently, which is what I'm so passionate about, which is self discovery and empowerment and getting people to live their most purposeful life.
So now, when you talk about self-discovery, let's focus about that a little bit. Like,
Mm.
what is okay? Define for us then the self-discovery. What is the self? This obviously self-discovery is like finding the inner you, finding what
Mhm.
fulfills you. Uh,
So, when it comes to, and I'm going to go in a minute to the whole self discovery thing, I just want to clarify one thing. When it comes to purposeful living, I think that can be so reduced to something that it has something to do with it, but it isn't only that, which is finding your purpose or finding your calling. And purposeful living is so much more than that. And
okay.
interesting enough, it takes me back to parts of what I have been helping clients with when I was a wellness and life coach, which is integrating the whole you. See, part of you discovering yourself, it's not just you knowing what you like, what you don't like, and all the superficial stuff. It's so much more than that. It's really, really going so deep within and being willing to peel the layers that cover your true essence. See, as we're growing and getting older, we don't realize how layers, society, culture, a whole host of things, experiences, disappointments, expectations, how a whole host of things can create layers that cover who it is that we really are. And so part of you discovering yourself is also peeling those layers so that you can get to who you really are, what your values are, not based on your culture, not based on society, not based on expectations placed by your
Social
parents
media,
or family, not
social
based on
media,
social media. Thank you for bringing that up
which is
because
huge
times are
now.
changing too. And
Mm-hmm.
so now it's not even culture,
Yeah.
the internet. It's also what we see on TV, even
Mm-hmm.
more so now. And so when we're able to get so real with ourselves and get to the authentic us, that's when we're able to live our purposeful life on so many levels, purposeful, not just on a calling level, but
Right.
on a you level.
On a you level. Yeah.
Because I want to say this, if you don't mind me saying,
Sure.
sometimes we can get so mistaken and clouded into thinking that, okay, so if I find my calling, I'm going to be living my most purposeful life. Uh, uh, uh. Because you may realize that you may be living a purposeful life and then you end up, especially women, but it can also happen to men as well.
Yeah.
You end up giving and giving and giving and doing just your calling that you neglect other parts of you that is
Exactly.
so important. And all that is part of you mastering yourself.
Right. Yeah, which is our title that we're talking master how to master yourself to master your life. Because I want to touch on something that I learned and based on my experience. I know remember I was working at this call center, right? And this is back in like in 2011, 2012, and I was learning a lot of skills. I wanted to become a manager. And one question I remember someone was asking was like, okay, so who are you? Right? And it was like we were like in a group, and it was they were using a strategy to see how you respond. And I remember responding that I was trying to think about who am I? It's like, who are you? Oh, I'm a car salesman, or I'm a financial advisor. No, 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 no. I don't want to see what you do. The question is, who are you? And I think a lot of people don't focus on that question because they say, who are you? Oh, I'm a financial advisor. No, no, no. I'm not asking what you do for a living. Who are you? Who is Angel? Who is David? Who is Juan Gonzalez? You know what I'm saying?
Totally. And that's the reason why when people ask me who is Aura, I don't reduce it, at least for me, I don't reduce it to just a title. I think that so many times we could get so attached to labels that we become that label.
That label. Yeah.
And I think that when we attach ourselves to label, what we do is we reduce ourselves, limiting our own view of our own selves. And so if you're really getting serious about you discovering yourself, it's going to be very important that you go beyond the labels, that you really strip that away. And who are you at your core? Because that's what really matters.
Yes.
In the end. Yeah.
And speaking of going back, this is something that I traditionally do in this podcast, and I kind of like skip that part because even though I asked who's Aura Martinez, I like to go back because within our childhood, there's always something that marks our lives in our childhood. It could be a person, a role model, father, mom, or aunt or uncle, grandparents, etc. There's always someone that told you, advised you of something, and that advice stood with you for the rest of your life. I know I had that with my grandparents, right? Because my grandparents pretty much raised me and whatnot. But for you, how was your childhood? If you could share with us, with the audience, to get to know you a bit more of your background before of all that you do now, you know, how were you going? Who was your role model? What was your house growing up with? The tradition and whatnot. How was that?
What marked me the most was everything that I have been able to witness growing up with my parents. So, my dad, when I was 8 and he was just 32 years old, he became paralyzed from the waist down because of a tumor that he had in his back.
Wow.
And that marked me so deeply because I've seen my parents struggle, right? I've seen my parents go through thick and thin together. And so it's because of everything that I've witnessed my dad go through, the disappointment of being wheelchair bound so young after walking all his life, right?
Right.
And then the Hispanic culture, the man is the man, the macho, the man
Yeah.
that brings the money. And then all of a sudden, he can't walk, he can't work. So to
Wow.
see his now as an adult that I'm able to observe it, excuse me, in a whole different way, I can appreciate even more. And mind you, me being younger, I was able to appreciate it to a certain degree, but not to the degree that I'm able to now. So I've always believed that if you can walk, if you can see, if you can hear, if you have your health, if you have your family, you literally have everything. Because what you have is the foundation. And the reason why I've always been saying this, and interesting enough, I've been saying this even before I became a coach, right?
Right.
And the reason why I'm able to say is because of what I've been able to see with what my dad had been through.
Okay.
And so that's one of the biggest things that has marked me. It also has given me the values that I have now in terms of valuing hard work, because I've seen how hard my parents have worked, like selling food in the street, right?
Yeah.
My mom
Yeah.
preparing cakes, and here I am like delivering it to people.
Wow.
I'm able to appreciate hard work, and I'm also able to appreciate, because I've seen my parents go through thick and thin together, the value of a family. This is so
Right.
important, right? Because I feel like that is missing nowadays in society. Like kids don't have the luxury. not all kids, but some kids don't have the luxury of really seeing what it's like for two parents to work together through thick and thin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that has marked me in such a way that I know it has made me into the woman that I am now.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Man, that was tough because to see your dad, especially, and you were at what age?
8.
8. Wow, my daughter's 9 years old. So imagine experiencing that at such a young age. I experienced a lot of things at a young age too, because I grew up I grew up in Puerto Rico, and for me, I always say that sports was a way for me to interact with other people, and it developed my leadership skills. That's why when I played basketball, one of my dreams was to be a professional basketball player. But
Yes.
of course, I didn't have the height and whatnot. um but then, life takes you through a different journey, whatnot. What were your after high school, like, what were your plans? Did you see yourself going a different route? What changed, or what were your dreams, aspirations?
So when I went to college, my intention was to either be a lawyer
Mm,
or a psychologist or a therapist, one of those three.
okay.
And then, and that's why I studied forensic psychology. I have my degree in that.
Ah,
And throughout college, I realized I have this talent for languages. I always did. But this really made me realize that I have a talent for languages. Hence, I speak almost 5 languages now.
wow.
And so, because of that, I deviated from the plans of being a lawyer or a therapist or a psychologist, right?
Yeah.
I deviated. I wanted to give myself that chance to first realize, okay, what is it that I really want to do, and how can I incorporate everything that I'm good at? What I'm about to say is going to be of so much value for everyone listening. So
Yes.
please take out of this message what is going to be valuable and meaningful for you and how it applies to your life. So I remember that after college, I decided to get my certificate in interpretation. So I'm certified as an interpreter for the medical and the legal aspect. Spanish to English, English to Spanish, because I said, okay, I like languages, blah, blah, blah. And then I realized, okay, even though I love languages, this is not exactly how I want to use it. The reason why I have to mention that is because there are times in our life that sometimes what can cloud us is that when we have so many interests and so many things that we're actually good at, we stick to what is conventional, what is known, right? We think that this
Right.
is the only route because, I mean, if I'm good at this is what I can do, right? And the universe probably is like, no, not necessarily. You're going to use it, but not in the way that you're thinking.
Uh-huh.
And on top of that, I did take courses in translation, but translation was quite boring for me. So I decided not to get my certificate in that. You're going to see
Ah,
where I'm going with this. I volunteered at the airport in the weekends while I was having a 9 to 5 job. This is right after college.
okay.
Interesting enough, that led me accidentally, because it was not my intention to be a flight attendant, but to be a flight attendant. I became a flight attendant after that, right? Travel the world, even though traveling the world was one of my dreams. This is also very important because there's times that we have desires and we don't know how we're going to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
the universe does. I remember when I was in college, my dad thought I was crazy when I said this. I told him, I'm going to call you from Rome. And I'm going to tell you, I went to the Vatican, right? This is
Wow.
back when I was in college. I think my first year of college, I said that. And I'm going to be traveling the world. I had no idea how, didn't have the money how, didn't matter. I just knew that that was meant for me. 5 years later, well, no, more than 5 years later, and then I became a flight attendant. And interesting enough, the very first trip I worked as a flight attendant was Rome.
Wow. Get out of here. Dream come true.
Yes. So I say that because sometimes we get so fixated with how something needs to look in our life. And
Yeah.
when you can loosen yourself and become more flexible, you can see how the universe can surprise you in ways where you're going to get your dreams, but not necessarily perhaps in the way that you would imagine it to be.
Exactly.
Fast forward, fast forward to now. Interesting enough, all my translation skills that I learned, I'm using it now as a coach.
Ooh. Okay.
The interpretation, I use it now as a coach because
Ah.
I do my work both in English and Spanish.
Okay.
You see where this is going, that sometimes we get so flustered when things are not coming together either fast enough or in the way that we think it's supposed to come. But if you can just relax in the knowing that if you just take the first step and then the next step, trusting those nuggets and those things that you're feeling, you're gonna get to where you are meant to be going in your life, thus living your most purposeful life.
Awesome. Awesome. So how can someone start the path of self-discovery? Like what tips can you give someone that they go onto that path for self-discovery?
Yes. So I always say that it's good to start, and I even mentioned in the book Creating a Lifetime of Wellness.
Ooh, awesome. Okay.
Yes, I mentioned in the book, it's actually I believe it's the second chapter. I think the best way is to start with knowing what your needs are. What are your
Okay.
needs? Right? Because I think that when we want so many things in our life, or when we're trying to figure out so many things in our life, all that can make us feel so scattered that we don't know where to start. So start with your needs. What are your needs? That
Okay.
seems a little more simple, but you're going to see where I'm going with this.
Right.
So, what are your needs out of life? What do you need out of life? What do you need out of your relationship if you're in a romantic relationship? And even if you're not in a romantic relationship, think about what it is that you would need out of a romantic relationship. What do you need out of your friends? What do you need out of a job? What do you need out of yourself? You have needs that comes from you. Remember that.
Yeah,
like I
absolutely.
know, I know I need my own attention. You also need your own attention, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that that's the best way, because then you will know where to start.
Absolutely, because I mean we're human, and humans, we need the attention. It doesn't matter if you need attention from your spouse, from your boss, from social media. People need lack attention for so many reasons. But according to you, where is the true fulfillment found? Like
It
where
is
is that true
found
fulfillment
within.
found? I'm sorry.
It is found within.
Ah, within.
It is found
Okay.
within. And I'm going to explain this a little more, because you hear a lot how everything is within, everything is within. And
Yeah.
I remember when I first heard it, I was like, that is a bunch of bull. If everything was within, if my money was within, you think I wouldn't get it out from me? I mean,
Ah,
what are they talking about? Like, everything is within. And it is within. No matter what it is within. And what that means is, because it's your life and because it's your journey, only you, by you going within and understanding, like, say for example, what is your definition of your happiness? How would you like for your life to look like? How would you like for your life to feel like? How would you like for your day to be? Like, when you can start with the basics, and the basics starts from within,
mm-hmm.
you're going to be able to get the answers to absolutely everything that you need. And I'm going to give you an example. And I'm going to tie this to money/job, how
Okay.
this starts within, just so this can be crystal clear for you how it all starts within. If you're wanting to find a job, and you want to find a job that you're going to be happy, excited to go to, that it's not just about the money, but it's also for the excitement, you got to know what it is that you need out of a job. What kind of schedule works best for you, right?
Right.
What kind of environment do you feel that you can thrive in? What kind of person are you in general? Like, for instance, flight attendant fits perfectly fine with me. I do not mind working with different people each and every trip. And some people, they need to work with the same people all the time. Not me.
Or with no people.
or know people.
Right.
Exactly. Those are the little things that you need to know, because if you don't know that, how are you going to know what kind of job you need, and what choices to make, where to send your resume? So you need a level of knowing of yourself that is so deep, so that you can make the right choices for you. And in that sense, everything starts with you, and everything is within.
Mm. That's I can relate to that, and I'm gonna tell you how and why. Because when I started this mailbox business, which a lot of people didn't understand me at the beginning,
Mhm.
because I worked in the financial area, banking. Right, I worked from banking for many years, since like 2004, and then I did do a call center job for a while, but banking was my main thing. But the thing was that I felt that working in a bank, I was gonna work, you know, to my retirement, and in my retirement I was gonna live well with my retirement whatnot, and I was gonna get a good retirement because I was in the financial field, right? And I thought that I had it made, and I was working in the bank. I felt professional because I dressed well. I had my tie, mi
Mhm.
corbata, bien vestido, blah blah blah, bien ching ching, right, and everything. And that is what I thought I needed to, because I thought that was inside me, but deep down inside of me, I said that I was born an entrepreneur. It's just that I discovered it later down the road. And because when I was working at the bank, and then I was offered this opportunity to work more independently by a friend of mine. And when he offered me the offer, I took it without even thinking about it twice. I consulted with my wife and whatnot, but I jumped into it. And then, long story short, the financial bank institution that I worked for, they closed down at the location. Yeah. And it was like God had that ready for me. But I felt at peace. I felt that I discovered myself, because I felt that I'm more free. And now, during this pandemic, I was thinking of what else can I do, because I wasn't satisfied just with what I was doing now. Although I like what I'm doing now because I have that free time. But real quickly, I felt still like, God, I wanted to do something. I want to connect with more people. And then all of a sudden this podcasting came up, and here I am today. And that, now I feel more fulfilled with myself, with the decision that I made, rather, even though I had a secure job accordingly, but I feel with that fulfillment and that purpose now.
Yeah, yeah. And it's when you follow those nudges, it's when you follow those things that calls you, even if you don't understand why it calls you, that you're able to take the next step and the next step, feel more
Right.
fulfilled and more fulfilled. Now, I dare to say this as well. It goes so much more deeper than that, self-discovery.
Okay.
So, and even purposeful living goes so much deeper than that. Because one of the things that I've noticed, not only in the clients that I have, but also within myself and in my own journey, is that there are blind spots that we may have
Mm,
that is so out of our awareness, that keeps tripping us up, right?
okay.
It keeps us stuck, that doesn't allow us to move forward. And that is why I think when it comes to really transforming your life in such a deeper level, it is so important that you get the support that you need, that you get that coach that you need, because a third person, right? That third person view, it's a different view from the I view. See, when we are living it, we're not able to see it, right? Because we're
Right.
caught in it. Whereas when you have that person that, because they're seeing it from a different perspective, they're able to see something that you're not able to see. And
Mm,
thus you get to peel a layer that can help you see yourself and your life with so much clarity. And you're going to notice when you have blind spots, whenever you notice you hitting a wall in your life, and it's just not changing no matter what it is that you're doing. or when you keep attracting the same thing over and over and over again in your life, and you're like, what is going on here, right?
Yeah.
Or when you're constantly being triggered by something and you can't snap out of that trigger. Like, those are just some of the examples of when you will know that there's a blind spot that you alone is just challenging to do.
And it's hard too, because a lot of people, you mentioned the coach thing, but a
Yeah.
lot of people are not coachable. They don't allow themselves to be coached. What do you have to say to someone that's listening now over
Mhm.
here on Instagram? This is for you, okay? What do you have to say to that person that's like, oh yeah, yeah, like they know everything. I know I know what I gotta do. I know. Those are the ones that if someone is gonna try to coach them, they can't be coached.
If you're saying that you know it all, no, you don't know. You may know, but you don't. Because if
Mhm.
you did, your actions would reflect it. If
Oh,
you did, your life would reflect it. So that's also a way to self-sabotage, actually.
okay.
Notice that whenever you say I know, you're self-sabotaging. And so why are you doing it, right? Why are
Hmm.
you doing it? It's so important in life. Successful people, I gotta say, first of all, they don't thrive on their own. Successful people, they're open to keep learning. That's the reason why they're able to keep expanding. Even though they may know a lot, they still keep learning. Successful people, when I say successful people, I don't mean it only in the monetary sense.
Yeah.
Success is also when you're right here, you're right here, you're
Mhm.
right here in your whole being. I'm very
No,
expressive.
no, you're good. I think it's a Latin thing. It's a Latin thing.
Yes, yes. And so, and now I lost my train of thought. Wait, let me get back on track. Let me get back on track. So, successful people also, what they do is this:
Yeah.
they repeat. They repeat. Success is in the repetition. What do I mean with that?
Good one.
You know, I wrote this book in a way that is so simple and easy to read, so that when you read it once, you're able to get it, because I repeat several things throughout the book. And the reason why I repeat it is because when we're listening to something once, we pick up pieces. When we're listening to it again, we pick up something that we did not pick up the first time we heard it.
Yeah. Yeah.
When we're listening to it again, because our level of consciousness is on a different level, you're able to pick up something that you're like, oh my God, why didn't I get that the first time? So you
Yeah.
see, like this podcast episode, watch it 2, 3, 4 times, because I've already said several things here that are so
Yes.
powerful and meaningful. It is my intention that you use it to your favor, but it will only serve you to the degree that you allow it to be served. So this takes me to my next point. You got to be open.
Yes.
You got to be open.
You have to be.
Even if you heard something once, if you hear it again, it's meant for you to hear it again, right?
Right.
And it's up to you to say, okay, so if I'm hearing this again, in what area or what part of me am I not allowing this message to really transform my life? Ooh, that's so powerful what I just said here. Ooh,
Yeah.
that was powerful what I just said here. So I'm going to repeat it again.
Say it again. Say it again. Yes.
Yes. When you're hearing something for the second, the third, the fourth time, rather than saying, I know that, ask yourself, okay, what part of my life or me am I not applying this message that I've been hearing over and over and over again? That's how you're going to get the transformation that you're seeking. That's how you're going to get the expansion that you're seeking, right?
Right.
That's when things are going to change. Not when you're like, oh, no, 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 no. As a matter of fact, I wanted to physically right now, like whenever we say to ourselves, for anybody watching, I hope that you're watching this, not just listening. So if you're
Yeah.
listening to
Yeah.
this on Spotify, get on YouTube, get on wherever this is seen, Get on
Yeah.
because you're going to want to watch me as I do this. Because I
Yeah.
just want you to see what it is that you do energetically into the universe whenever you get into this. Well, I already heard this already. Well, I already know this, right? This is what you're doing. That's equivalent to doing this.
The body language. Uh-huh.
Body language right now. What am I projecting? I don't care. I
Yeah.
don't want this.
Actually, the person that they say that the person that does this is already blocking the information.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Psychological.
that's what we do energetically. That's what we're projecting to the universe. That we're closing ourselves when we're in that mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I get passionate here, but I'm passionate because I'm passionate about your transformation.
Yes. Yes. I don't know who is the millionaire billionaire out there that says if you're the smartest person in the room, get out. Get out because you want someone that's smarter than you. That's why even when I watch these podcasts, I've seen a lot of podcasts and I prepare myself. That's why this wasn't I was bored and I just turned on the computer and let me start emailing people and say, hey, can I talk to you on the podcast just to have no, because I'm getting out of this. This is first. I'm the first one that's receiving from this. Everyone else that's listening, whether you share, you don't share, you subscribe, you don't subscribe, that's fine. But I need this for me. You know what I'm saying? Because if I want to get to the next level, I need to talk to people. This is not just an interview. This is a school for me. Honestly, this is a school for me because if I want to get to the next level with this, with my business, with my career, with my entrepreneurship spirit and whatnot, I need to connect with people like you. That's why I said that this podcast is to connect with great-minded people that think outside the box, that are going to another level, and I want to connect with them. And that's why we have this. So, all right, thank you so much. I appreciate everything. But before we leave, show me
Mhm.
that book one more time. Where can we get that book? And talk to me a
Yes.
little. Creating a lifetime wellness, because what the other one is Vive al máximo, live to
And
the
that's the
max.
business. That's the business. That's the name
Oh,
of the company.
oh, that's the name of the company. Okay,
Yes. And
okay,
so there's two books. There is this book, Creating a Lifetime of Wellness, Start Having the Life You Deserve. And you can get this on Amazon,
okay.
Barnes and Nobles. You can even go to my site, www.auraemartinez.com.
Perfect.
This name, am I pointing it right? Here I am.
Yes, yes, yeah. No, no, it's there.
And also the journal. Look at this beauty.
Wait,
Creating,
move it, or
hold on.
move it to the right there. Okay,
Creating
creating.
a Lifetime of Wellness journal. You can see the gold.
Oh, the journal. That's nice.
So what this is still in the wrapping, but if you were to touch it, it's so soft.
Yeah.
This basically is like you having your personal coach coaching you through all the areas of your life that this book covers. So
Perfect.
it covers, because remember, I started out as a wellness and life coach, and I published this before I transitioned to being a self-discovery and empowerment coach. So it has a sleep journal, believe it or not, sleep
Okay.
journal that is so valuable because your sleep affects your mood, it affects everything in your life.
Oh, your sleep. Okay.
Mhm. It includes a food diary. You're gonna really dig deep to really understanding what do you need out of a companion. What do you need out of your social life? What do you need out of a job? So if you're confused about where should I work or what up, get the journal, get the journal, get the
Okay.
journal. And
Okay.
the only
Okay.
reason why I keep saying this is because I pride myself in offering things that is of great value.
Right.
This is literally like me being there with you, although it's better if I'm there with you, but it's like being there with you, guiding you through that area of your life.
Okay. But you could be reached at. You could be reached at through your Instagram account, correct? Through
Yeah,
Facebook. So if someone wants to reach to you, there's the information right there, and
yeah,
they could message you and you respond to them. I know you respond because I've
yes.
been in touch with you and you will respond. So if anyone needs to get a hold of Aura, listen, she's available. She's that if you need that coach, that mentor, she's there. She's there for you. And it's so great to have you here, Aura. I greatly appreciate it. Time has flown. But like you said, when we first met, that we could do an English one and a Spanish one. So we're gonna
Yeah.
do a Spanish one sometime in the future. We'll get prepared for that so we could talk a little bit more to our Spanish audience as well. So,
Yeah.
all right, anything else you want to say to anyone that's listening out there right now?
Truly, you're one decision away from whatever it is that you want. Remember that. And literally everything is within you. It's just a matter of you really bringing out the real you and getting into alignment, getting connected with you, who you are. But everything is within you.
Perfect, perfect. Amen to that. Amen. Listen, thank you, Aura, so much. It's been a true honor. It's been a blessing. Thank you so much. I
Thank
hope that
you.
we can do this again. Most
Yeah.
definitely, we're gonna keep in touch.
Yeah.
So don't go nowhere. Stay back there backstage. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, and I'll be back and talk with you a little bit more before we leave. So,
Yes.
Aura, thank you so much,
Thank
guys.
you.
Follow her on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. There's her information there. If not, write down in the comments or contact me and I will get you with her and all the information that you need. All right. Thank you so much for being a part of
Thank
this
you.
podcast. It's a true honor.
The
We'll see you
heart is
next
all
time. Okay.
mine. Yes.
Thank you. See you soon. All right, guys. So there you go. Thank you once again, guys. Once again, this audio download is going to be available shortly. Okay. So to all my Instagram folks and Twitter and whatnot, thank you. You're gonna have this audio, the links to Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and soon Pandora. So can't wait to get those platforms going on. So I just got one more Pandora. Pandora, please get me on that platform. Okay. So guys, thank you again for joining this. It's been an honor. It's been a blessing as always. So I'm gonna have next week on the next episode, episode 2 of season 2. I'm gonna have a special guest. I'm gonna give you more details very soon on who that person is gonna be. So before I close this segment, as always, I want to go ahead and leave you with this word. As always, I've always blessed, and I have to thank God for all the blessing that He's given me and what's for the future to come. So, in Colossians 3:23, one of my favorite scriptures, by the way, I really remember these scriptures from the beginning of my calling at the beginning. It says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart." All right. As though you were working for the Lord and not for people. Why? Because you know that if you work with all your heart and you're doing it with the intention to praise Him and to give Him that glory, trust me, you're gonna do it with all your heart. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do better than better. You're gonna do better than anything. Why? Because if you're doing it for Him and only for Him and not for the people, trust me, you're gonna get rewarded a lot better than anything else, than what money could pay or could buy. That's why I always close my segment with this because I have to honor him. It was I when I like I said, when I asked God for an idea, he gave me this idea and he said, just go with it. And that's what we did. That's he gave me the name, he gave me everything I have your equipment, little by little. So I praise him no matter what. I recognize him all the time. So, guys, once again, please support my small business. Please, any referrals, I greatly appreciate it. So, guys, it's hump day. Have a great rest of the week. Blessings to all of you. Please stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.